Hey, what's up, everyone? All of you ladies and gents, boys and girls, Forsage maniacs, family and friends of the Forsage community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm back. It's been a little while. I have been, vacationing and enjoying life and all that other fun stuff, and trying to, make the most out of these crypto streets, which have been very good, very, very good. Wow. I mean, actually, they've been extremely good. For those of you guys who are paying attention, if you see what we have, we're already, I don't think we're at the, what is it? What was the recent all time high of Ethereum, but Ethereum is in the 400 and some odd range. I think it's around 440 per Ethereum. So I told you guys back when we were doing these Zoom calls when ETH was like $125, like, y'all better sign up, hop on board. Don't wait too late. But
Are you
hey,
getting people coming in?
sorry.
Are you getting people coming in?
Yeah, there's people here, but again, I don't know.
They are still stuck in the waiting room. I can't let them. Click on emit all. It's not coming.
All right, I will do the same. Let me hit it. Maybe it's something on my side. Yeah, they're coming.
Yep, coming in now.
Yeah, they're coming. Hey, so how's everybody doing out here? How's the Forsage community, family, and friends doing? Give a shout out if you would. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from, the global community. I know we have India in the house. India are our main fan base out here. We love India's support. You guys are always here in the house. Mega numbers. We're at 850. I think we're at a near record. We're going to bust through our Zoom capacity, which I think is 1,000 people. So we'll do our best to keep everyone entertained and informed. So again, yeah, let me give some shout outs. If you guys want me to give you a shout out, please drop a word here in the chat box and I'll call out your city. Yeah, we're well on our way to breaking 1,000. All right, so where are you guys coming from? We got 1,000 people in here almost, and no one has given us a word about where you're from. So who do we have? Come on. Can you guys hear me loud and clear out there? Mic check, mic check. India, yes. Mumbai, yes. I know you guys are in the house. London town. Good to see you guys here too. Where else? I know we've got people from all over, so don't be shy. Yeah, we got, is it Nate from South Africa? He's on our power team. Orlando, Florida. Yes, sir. Weather is feeling good in Florida. Actually, it's a beautiful day here in Finland. Jesus. Finland is something else in the summertime. It is not my favorite in the wintertime, but right now is beautiful. We got North Carolina. What up, North Carolina? Mike from Orlando. And Maryland. Yeah, I've been to Maryland. My grandmother used to live there. I visited Maryland many, many times. Nigeria in the house. What up? And yeah, so we definitely got a great turnout. And we are at max capacity. We're already, I'm sure, people who are trying to get in. So sorry for all the people that weren't able to make it. But hey, so for those of you guys who don't know who I am, because I'm sure that there are many people who may know who I am already, but for those of you guys who do not, my name is Tamik. And I've been a long time crypto enthusiast and been on board with Forsage since early on, just a little, maybe less than a month after it first launched in February. So I am well-versed as well. I like to think that I'm well-versed anyways, but well enough to hop on these Zoom calls and get everyone up to speed. But yeah, Forsage is a real blessing. It has been one of the best things in crypto that I have come across, if not the best. And despite, I know a lot of people are complaining about the high gas fees, which have really slowed us down in the past week and a half or 2 weeks. It is unfortunately a problem that is out of our hands or the developers' hands, Lotto and friends. So for those of you guys who are already, curious about that or are going to inquire, because we will do a short Q&A, like a training, so to speak, as well. But again, we will not be able to make any difference when it comes to the high gas fees. But soon enough, and we've been through it before. Keep in mind that the high gas fees is something that has happened regularly, unfortunately, with the Ethereum blockchain, because there's so many smart contracts that are coming out and they're really taking up a lot of, creating a lot of transactions, which clogs up the pipes, so to speak. But hey, c'est la vie. That is life, and there are some things on the horizon to deal with that. So do not be discouraged. Forsage.
Oh, we are at max capacity, so people who can't get in, don't complain. We're maxed out.
Yeah, sorry about that. This is actually our first time maxing out, so it's a record. We're always breaking records. Forsage is, as you can see, over 300 million that has been paid out to all of the members. So collectively, right? It's not just one or two or three people that have earned that, but there are a couple of people who are in the million range. I think we have one who's nearly 2 million earned, and that's what it takes. You guys, you put the work in. Put the effort in. Don't sit by and complain and make excuses, because this thing is knocking it out of the park and changing lives for sure. And I know that many of you here on the call can attest to that. But however, all right, so hey, what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to run through our, we have a quick, I think it's about 6 minutes video that, let me get to that and show you guys. I have a little funnel here myself, our power team, ForsagePowerTeam.com. But anyways, on my YouTube channel, because I am a YouTuber as well, I've thrown this video on my channel, and it's here in the funnel for people to see. So let me go ahead and get that queued up. And if the volume levels are not good, I will turn the volume up for those of you guys. Let me position my equipment here so it is all ready to go. And hang on 1 second, sorry guys. All right, I'll let it play and put this in.
In the next 5 minutes, I'll show you how you can earn Ethereum daily, paid directly and instantly to your own Ethereum wallet, just like thousands of people around the world. Introducing the world's first 100% decentralized matrix project programmed on an Ethereum smart contract called Forsage, where 100% of the income goes directly and transparently to the members of the project with zero risk. Forsage's genius and lucrative matrix marketing plan was programmed on the Ethereum blockchain with revolutionary smart contract technology that executes the program automatically in a decentralized way, so no admins are needed to run the project. It's impossible for project creators or anyone to change the code and execution of the smart contract, and that is extremely powerful, as it ensures the project will keep running and there is zero risk or possibility of hacking into the smart contract or stopping the project. Unlike centralized cryptocurrency projects, the founders of Forsage never take or store a member's cryptocurrency in any centralized location, so it's completely secure. 100% of all Ethereum payments are sent instantly and directly to the members of Forsage and stored in their personal Ethereum wallets, which they control the private keys. You can easily verify all of the transactions on the Ethereum blockchain, as the project is fully transparent. Right now, over 2,000 people are joining the Forsage project worldwide every single day. With Forsage's decentralized project, you can get started with as little as 0.5 Ethereum, and the income potential is literally unlimited. You can earn even 1,000 Ethereum or more. Since February 2020, Forsage has helped thousands of people earn Ethereum, and some have earned hundreds of Ethereum in their first 3 to 8 weeks of getting started. Like the following Forsage members: ID 8679 earned 379 ETH, ID 8648 earned 301 ETH, ID 64 earned 466 ETH, ID 1 earned 843 ETH, ID 7977 earned 299 ETH, ID 113 earned 209 ETH. And by the time you check these IDs publicly on the blockchain, they will have earned even more Ethereum. Thanks to the powerful and lucrative Forsage Matrix spillover plan, it is possible to earn Ethereum even without referring anyone to the project. Just like, for example, ID 11181, who earned 28 ETH, and ID 20920, 24 ETH, with zero referrals. How does the Forsage work? In the Forsage X3 program, below you are 3 places in one line. In the Forsage X4 program, below you are 2 lines, 2 places in the first line, and 4 places in the second line. When you register in Forsage with 0.5 ETH, you open both programs simultaneously. In each of these two programs, Forsage X3 and Forsage X4, there are 12 slots. Each subsequent slot you purchase is 2 times the value of the previous one, and it generates twice the income as well. Each slot generates you income unlimited times with no expiration. For example, the 0.1 ETH slot generates you 0.1 ETH over and over again. The 0.2 ETH slot generates you 0.2 ETH again and again. Then 0.4 ETH, 0.8 ETH, 1.6 ETH, 3.2 ETH, 6.4 ETH, 12.8 ETH, 25.6 ETH, and 51.2 ETH slots generate you 0.4 ETH, 0.8 ETH, 1.6 ETH, 3.2 ETH, 6.4 ETH, 12.8 ETH, 25.6 ETH, and 51.2 ETH respectively over and over again, an unlimited amount of times. In Forsage X3, you get 100% of the payment to your ETH wallet from spots 1 and 2. Spot 3 reopens the slot again, and payment goes to your upline. In Forsage X4, members who take 2 places below you in the first line go to your upline, or they spill over to someone else on your team. You receive 100% of the payments on the second line. Spots 3, 4, and 5 go to your wallet, while spot 6 reopens this slot's matrix again with empty spots, and payment goes to your upline. There is a system in place that incentivizes members to upgrade to higher slots in the matrix from the profits they already made. Otherwise, they can lose profits while you can earn extra profits. This ensures that active members will eventually upgrade to all 24 slots. You can only earn ETH on active slots. How many slots can be activated immediately? As many as you want. The more slots you activate, the more ETH you can earn, and you will not miss out on any income from partners upgrading before you or matrix spillover. It is recommended to start with at least 4 to 6 slots in both Forsage X3 program and Forsage X4 program. Leaders usually start with more than 6 slots, some with 10 slots in each matrix to earn more from the beginning. You can create unstoppable passive income with Forsage as we grow and help more people around the world. For more details on how Forsage Matrix marketing works, please watch our full video. It's important to realize Forsage is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Income is not guaranteed, and if you want to earn a lot of Ethereum, then you need to put in the effort. Our winning team provides all the training, resources, step-by-step tutorials, and support to help you achieve your goals. Ethereum is second largest cryptocurrency after Bitcoin, with the most developers than any other cryptocurrency. Since 2015, it went up in value from $1 to $1,400 at the peak. And experts predict the price of ETH can skyrocket to over $2,000 in the next 12 to 24 months. It's time to earn Ethereum now. To get started, you need to install the Trust Crypto Wallet app on your phone or MetaMask ETH Wallet on your PC and deposit enough ETH there to register and then activate the amount of slots that you want one by one. Please watch the step-by-step video tutorials on how to get started and contact the person who shared with you this video. Welcome to Forsage, the first ever 100% decentralized matrix project.
All right, people, let me go ahead and get my volume level set back up and get everything back adjusted to where it was. So yeah, I hope that the volume levels were good and you heard the video okay. But let me go ahead and I'm going to dive right into, I've got a PowerPoint presentation that I go through with people to kind of keep this.
Tommy, you need to increase volume.
Okay, hang on one second. Hello, is it Mike?
Still soft. Still soft.
Still.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see if I can adjust the mic. I don't want to get too carried away here, but let me see if I can cut this. Is it better now?
Yes, better.
All right, I'm trying to cut this up a little bit more here. It's got a little bit of a delay. Testing. You guys hear me out there pretty good?
No, it's good. No, it's good.
Okay, awesome. All right, let me close this and get right to it. Got so many pop-ups here on my screen. PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to run through to be sure, that this is as simple as we can make it. But, at the end of the day, and as the video said that, it's no guarantees here, right? That, a lot of people come into Forsage with very high expectations, but with little, like, how should I say, in terms of their mindset to put work in. And, Forsage is a matrix marketing system. So that means that you do need to market this to a degree. Right now, again, there's so many different levels of getting into it, and this is not going to be a marketing overview. But at the same time, that's something that I want to make sure people don't underestimate. And again, to be aware that no doubt about it, that this, again, for myself included, that this has definitely been a game changer, and it came at the right time. I mean, obviously, right now with the world going through this, economic global crisis, that I think everyone can agree that this is, we're still in some pretty hot waters when it comes to, the financial world and people who are being affected on so many different sides. But something like Forsage is a very, very, very doable, especially with cryptocurrencies taking the world by storm right now. Whether you're personally aware of it or not, cryptocurrency is here to stay, and it is changing lives. Right, and Forsage has really pulled together a great system to make it accessible for, like I said, the average everyday person. So, all right, but let me get into this PowerPoint presentation again, just to show people what we're at. We are currently, I took this screenshot about maybe 20 minutes before we started the call. And so we're looking at, again, with Ethereum at $435 per Ethereum, and there is 6,980, or I'm sorry, 695,000 Ethereum. Oh, there's Lotto right there, just popped up. But anyways, though, so that really at the current level, that puts us at over 300 million in dollars worth of Ethereum earned, right? So, and Ethereum is still well on its way up. As you can see, many people who are paying attention, can see that the crypto markets are really pushing up. And depending on how you've diversified yourself, in particular with Ethereum, it's certainly one that you want to go ahead and start scooping up and, as they say, stacking your crypto bags. All right, so this is what we're looking at currently, and it is not a small undertaking at all. So realize what we've got here, and that's a big deal. So again, my name is Tamik, and I will be hosting more of these calls. Again, like I said, I was on a bit of a break, but I'm back in the saddle again. So anyways, as you can see, I've got this little screenshot here to show that you will need applications to interact with this smart contract. All right, now Forsage is a smart contract built on the Ethereum blockchain in particular, and as in the video maybe that you guys saw, if you remember, saying that the Ethereum has the most developers in terms of people who are building systems like Forsage and many other different types of smart contracts. And you do need an application to interact with a smart contract. On PC, you'll need MetaMask, right? So many of you are already familiar with that. Some of you who are new to the call don't know yet, but again, MetaMask is I'd say it's like the gold standard in terms of being able to interact with the contract. And on mobile, you do have Trust Wallet, which is available on the Android device, but it's not actually compatible any longer in the last maybe 2.5, 3 months on iOS. So just be aware of that. But there are options. You can use Token Pocket. The emblem looks like this. It's in blue. So if you go to the App Store, be sure that you download the correct one. And there are a couple of others. We'll touch on that after this PowerPoint interview or presentation. Again, I will be posting this on my YouTube channel. Lotto will also post it to the main broadcast channel. So keep an eye out for that for people who are always curious about whether or not you'll have access to this overview. Yes, you will. It'll be up. If not later this evening, then by tomorrow sometime. All right, and let's keep it moving and let's get right on into it. Now I'm going to show a quick video. It's like 4 minutes of what a smart contract is, and it really boils down how a smart contract works, right? It's a agreed upon, let's say that the conditions are already set as they are coded and they can't be changed, they can't be hacked, they can't be, you know, anything like that with respect to someone coming in and being able to take our or change the agreement. But again, this will just be a quick example of how a smart contracts work. So let me make sure again that my volume level is correct. John, you can tell me if they're not. But
That's good. Volume's good.
let's go ahead and listen to this quick video.
What is a smart contract? A smart contract is an electronic contract registered in the form of a program code that independently executes the actions laid down in it, depending on the given conditions. A smart contract can't be changed after uploading to the blockchain network. A smart contract can perform any operations laid down in it in advance automatically, without human intervention. Example: car purchase and sale transaction. The buyer transfers the entire amount for the car to the address of the smart contract. From now on, the deal can be considered open. The contract code stipulates the conditions that the contract will transfer this amount to the seller's wallet only when the buyer is appointed as the owner of this car in the electronic database. Such a transaction will be considered successful, and both parties to the transaction will receive what they wanted. If something goes wrong, and the transaction period goes beyond the agreed framework, the amount will be returned to the buyer's wallet. During the transaction, both the buyer and the seller had a guarantor, in the form of an invisible assistant, a smart contract. The contract didn't take a penny for its service, and completed it quickly, safely and as transparently as possible for everyone. Project advantages based on smart contracts. The main advantage of projects based on smart contracts is that the conditions are predefined and can't be changed. Anyone can see the code on which the smart contract is written. The code is in the public domain and contains all the conditions and details, like any paper contract. The next advantage is an almost unlimited duration. A verified smart contract exists as long as the blockchain in which it is loaded exists. And finally, is autonomy. Smart contracts don't require intermediaries. All operations between process participants are performed automatically, without the participation of an administrator. What is the difference between a project based on the smart contract and various hypes and projects with a common cash desk? As you already know, one of the conditions for a project to work on a smart contract is its autonomy and immutability. And the role of the administrator is only to write the working conditions of this smart contract and upload it to the network. Further, the interaction between the participants of this project takes place without the participation of the administrator, and it can't affect the movement of ETH coins between the participants' wallets, since the contract can only perform predefined functions in its code and nothing more. That is, if it is written in the smart contract code that the currency is sent from the wallet of the first user to wallet of the second user, then this is what happens. In projects, in which you transfer your coins to the administrator's wallet, and then wait for the accrual of passive income in percent, most often huge, which means that with a very high probability these percentages can only be received for a short period. You risk that the administrator will disappear at some point along with your coins, and coins of other participants. Or by the fact that the claimed huge percentage will very quickly deplete the general cash desk, administrator's wallet, and payments will also stop. In both cases, you will lose what you invested in this project. Now compare the conditions for participation in projects on smart contracts and the conditions for participation in projects with a common cash desk. And make a decision for yourself in which projects and on what conditions you want to participate. I add that projects on smart contracts have a different principle for the distribution of coins.
So yeah, again, for those of you guys who are already familiar with, investment opportunities in general out here in the crypto space and whatnot, this is a very important point to note that, yeah, no one gets in the way of our money here. right? Forsage, the money comes when it's supposed to and arrives in your wallet, even without you having to manually withdraw it. So that's a very big point that, you know, people need to be sure that they understand. So, but that is ultimately what this is all about, right? That no one gets in the way of our money. The contract is set in stone or in the blockchain, so to speak, and it is doing as it should. All right, so be aware of that. But let's go ahead and get into exactly how Forsage works with respect to signing up and, you know, hopping on board. So we all have to come into Forsage the same way, right? You do have to spend your 0.05 Ethereum, which right now is roughly just slightly over $20. I think it's about $21. Now, as you know, Ethereum fluctuates. I mean, it could be, you know, that you're actually going to be having to pay extremely more, right? I mean, right now it's almost $500 per Ethereum. So imagine basically you'd have to be paying double that if it goes up to $1,000. So you know, you don't want to hesitate. You want to make sure others are aware that cryptocurrency is volatile in that regard, but that works to our advantage as well, right? Because as you have more Ethereum, obviously you're able to ride that increase in value as well. So, but again, it's 0.05 to come in, and you are entering into what we call two programs, the X3 and the X4, which, you know, in the X3, it's more of a direct referral. You do not get what we call spillover in X3, but you, again, in X4 do have the ability, which is a team build, to earn from the team's effort, right? So from other people who come in and, you know, depending on where it falls in terms of the first row here, as you can see, there are two rows. On the first row, this is how it works. Spillover is ultimately built on that first row, right? When you rotate in or others rotate in, depending on if they've opened up that income slot, they can in turn become your spillover, and likewise, you can become someone else's, again, what we call spillover. And you're always going to be connected, as you can see with your affiliate link that we use that you can find there in the back office. That's always going to keep you connected with your upline, right? And likewise, if you or someone else's upline. And the other thing about it, the beauty of this system is that these slots are unlimited in terms of their recycling perpetual income dynamic, right? So every time that you fill up these slots, or rather that the positions are filled in these slots, they reactivate, right? And that means that they'll start over again and allow you to receive the payments that come in depending on what the amount of it is, but however that you'll continually earn, which we'll show here in a second about those different amounts that you can earn over and over and over and over again, okay? So again, there's no expiration dates on that, and it's unlimited. So this is, you know, really one of the unique things about this project, which is just amazing. So let me go ahead and continue to the next slide and show people the breakdown of how many different income slots there are. So there's 12 on each side, right? On the X3, there's 12, and on X4, there's 12. And with that, you know, obviously you have a total of 24 income slots that you can activate, which will then be working in the background day in and day out with, you know, again, the fact that they don't stop and that you don't have to repurchase the income slots. They are automatically recycled. And basically, again, every time that you get to the last position, that last position will pay your upline and recycle again. But that happens automatically, just again, by way of the smart contract, the way that it works. So as you can see with income slot 1, again, when we come into the program, that 0.05 is actually divided into opening up your income slot 1 on X3 and on opening your income slot on X4, the first income slot. That's the only time that 2 slots are purchased at the same time. Otherwise, you have to purchase them individually, okay, sequentially and individually. So 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. You can't just, with people who want to sign up, people that ask about joining the Power Team and hopping on board with us, they're like, hey, can I go ahead and just, you know, come on in with 5 Ethereum or however much and just open up income slot, you know, number 8 or whatever the case. But, you know, you have to go through each one of the income slots as everyone in the program does, which keeps it fair and balanced. And there's no skipping out of line, so to speak. But yes, you are definitely welcome to go ahead and upgrade as soon as you're able to. and we recommend that you do. You want to go ahead and not wait. Again, if you wait until Ethereum shoots up to $1,000 or more, then these income slots are going to be significantly more to acquire, right, to purchase them. But anyways, as you can see, it does move up by double, right? So from income slot 1, 0.025, the next is 0.05, and then from there 0.1, 0.2, 0.4, and so on. Likewise with X4, it is the same with respect to the income levels, right? And again, each one of those positions that you see under the slots is how much you will receive for that particular slot, okay? So keep that in mind. That's how the slots are laid out and how they work and how that they are valued, right, with respect to the fact that they are doubling as you move up from one slot to the next. All right. So again, as I said before, it does divide into both your registration cost of 0.05. Now keep in mind that yes, you are also having to pay gas fees, which I mentioned earlier, that they are unfortunately on the higher side, to say the least. I mean, we've seen some astronomical when people click on the for the registration and they see what their gas fee is, it's like 3 times or more what their registration is. But again, you just have to kind of be patient with it. Keep in mind that it does fluctuate even throughout the day to very, well, I'll say less than outrageous levels. So that, if you are wanting to get in, you do want to do that when you see that the price is at a level that you're, let's say, comfortable paying with that registration and gas fee on top of it. But regardless, that 0.05 is going to put you into X3 and X4. As I said before, it divides that to open up the income slot 1 for X3 and X4. Now, the way the X3 works, it is a very simple cycle, right? You have your Ethereum wallet, which we said before is going to be either your MetaMask or your Trust wallet or your Go wallet or your Token Pocket wallet, and your Ethereum address will always be linked to your account in Forsage, right? And you can't delete the account, or you can't. People ask, "Hey, I don't like the team that I'm on. Can I take my Ethereum wallet and move to another team?" You can always register again with another team, but you can't delete or change your the wallet that's connected with that particular ID number that you have. All right, so I hope that's clear. But anyways, again, when you bring in your first referral on income or on X3, that income is going to end up going directly to you. No waiting, no having to. As soon as it clears in the blockchain, boom! You'll see it in your wallet, right? When you open up your MetaMask or your Trust wallet, you'll immediately see it there, right? And of course, if you have your Telegram notification bot, which we'll show here in a second as well, if you have that activated, you'll see a notification pop up on your phone, which is always nice that you've received the payment. So, be sure that you do activate that. Likewise with the second, that's going to go directly to you. No waiting, no pausing. Again, that's how the system is so beautifully designed. And one of the things that, attracts so many people to the system about the instant payments, right? That they come without having to do a manual withdrawal. Now, this is a caveat. We want to make sure people understand that when you do get in 2 payments, as I said before, the next income slot happens to be double, and each income slot all the way through to 12 happens to be double, right? What the previous one was. So when you get in 2 payments, that means that you now have enough to upgrade, right? So you can pocket the money if you want to and just, run off into the sunset with it, but you probably should, have some foresight to go ahead and upgrade while you've got it, right? So that you'll have that next income slot open. Because again, those 2 payments, as I said, is enough to upgrade to the next level, right? Now, when you get in your 3rd payment, this is going to be your re-entry, your reactivating payment, which will go up to your sponsor who you signed up with, always directly on your X3. It always goes directly to the sponsor, like so. And again, the recycling process starts all over again. These income slots will open up, allowing you to receive those payments again. And likewise, as you move to the next income slot, it works exactly the same. There is no difference in that regard. So on X4, slightly different. Again, you do have your that very same wallet that you had with X3. And again, you get a payment in. Perhaps it's a spillover, or perhaps it's even your own referral when they come in. Because keep in mind, as I said, that as someone enters into the system when they register, if it's your own referral, they can come in and fill up one of the positions, and may not necessarily be this very first position. It could end up on the bottom row, but typically it's going to be in the first row, first position. And that payment will go up to what we call a higher partner. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's your direct sponsor, your upline. It could be, and oftentimes will be, which is why the system is so, evenly balanced, because your payment will then again go to whoever happens to be in that payment position, and then they can receive it directly, right? And again, same thing with the second payment on that first row. It will also go to a higher partner, a different partner. It also could be your direct sponsor, but most oftentimes, like I said, it's going to be someone else within your team or your network, or even within the entire Forsage structure, right? So on the third payment or second row, the first payment from the second row, that payment will go directly to you. That always happens. When that payment comes in, just like on X3, no waiting, no manual withdrawing, none of that. It's going to instantly show up in your wallet. And as I said before, when you do get 2 payments in, you want to go ahead and take advantage while you've got it, right? Again, you can run off into the sunset with your 2 payments if you want to, but you probably want to go ahead and upgrade to the next income slot. Because also after, a caveat to note that as well on the X3, that once you've recycled one time, if you haven't upgraded to the next position, your income slot, your income will actually go into a pause holding kind of lock, right? That the effectively payments that come in that you would normally receive will actually go to your upline. So something that you want to be aware of, because people, again, always ask, why didn't I receive my payment after they recycled one time? Because again, what happens is the program incentivizes you to upgrade, right? To keep things moving. Because if you upgrade, again, you're going to be paying your sponsor for that position. And if you don't, again, you lock up your income slot, and those payments are going to go to your sponsor anyways. So you might want to go ahead and be sure that you, play that wisely. The third payment that comes in, again, that just, it's an additional payment, let's say, outside of what you would need to upgrade. So you can pocket that and run off into the sunset, like I said, if you want to with it, just save it and hold on to it, and then just be able to, again, save more so that you can then upgrade, or again, do what you want with the money. It's your income to do as you please. But again, keep in mind that the program incentivizes you to upgrade by locking the income slot if you haven't upgraded after the first cycle. Now, again, that last payment that comes in, that will fill up the positions, right? That final position, and that payment will go always to your direct sponsor. And that is how it works with X4, right? So same with income slot 2 or income slot 3, that process will always play out the same, right? Now, again, I already explained pretty much how the spillover works, but you will see in the back office that this color-coded, let's say, a legend of how it will look. I think actually in the back office, the colors are slightly different than what you see here, but regardless, you understand that the circles that you see will oftentimes fill in with different colored circles. And people are curious, like, what does that mean? Well, it means that you either have a partner that you pulled in directly yourself who signed up, or you have a spillover from above, right? Someone who popped into that payment position that came from above you, right? Basically means their ID was in front of yours. And then that ended up, whoever was on their first row effectively means that you ended up getting the payment for it. So it fills up that slot, then allowing you to be able to receive payments on the second level, where, again, you may have your own people that come into those positions or overflow from even below. Likewise, as I explained with the way that the spillover works, if you have someone with an ID number below yours and on their first row, as you would see here on X4, if you fell into position on one of these positions, depending on what income slot it is, then you also will receive the payment as you would have from the spillover from above. The system works the same. You can also see pink colored circles that fill in, which means that basically you had someone who overtook their partner. And that means if someone, let's say you have a referral who buys an income slot before you do, then you're not entitled to receive the payment, obviously, right? You have to open up the income slot yourself. Let's say, for example, you didn't have income slot 3 open, right? But one of your referrals went ahead and bought the income slot 3. Then again, you would not have you would not be entitled at all to receive the payment. It's like a digital license, as we call it. With these income slots, you're basically buying them. And then once you purchase that income slot one time, that's that one-time purchase, then you have access, or rather rights for your referrals when they have to purchase the income slot, that money will be received by you. But if you've not opened up that income slot, that doesn't stop your referrals from being able to buy the next income slot, and they can move past you. And the payment will go up, as you can see with this pink colored circle. And that happens as well on X3 if you've not purchased the income slot before they have. Now, once you have purchased the income slot, ultimately everything will fall back into place, and you will begin to receive payments as you normally would, again, after the recycle, and everything would flow as it normally would, as if they had not overtaken you. Okay, so hope that's clear. We can put more detail into that later for people who want to during the Q&A. Now, I went ahead just to show on this next slide, so people can, basically relate and correlate, what the value of Ethereum is at those levels, right? So this is pretty much what we're looking at. Like I said, 0.05 Ethereum is roughly $20, right? So each payment that comes in those payment positions, as you saw for people that come in those various income slots 1 through 12, that this is how much you're receiving each time, right? So for a lot of people, maybe they only have the first 2 income slots open, and and this is good money for a lot of people. Again, we have a wide range of let's say economically placed people that some people who $20 might be all they may see like in a couple of weeks, or you have people again that, well, $20 is no big deal to them. They get that every few minutes in some cases with Forsage. But regardless, those payments coming in is important. Every little bit counts. I don't care who you are. But as you move up through these income slots, as you purchase the higher income levels, obviously when you start seeing payments of 0.8 Ethereum, right? And you're getting $320 per payment, right? When someone comes in, whether it's a spillover or whether it's a direct referral, or someone who's upgrading, when you receive that payment, it makes you feel good, right? When you see that payment come in, whether you've seen it on your notification bot, it is a great feeling, right? To know that you've got an extra $320, or again, let's say you're coming up here and you've paid for your income slot at level, what is this, 8 here, then, or I'm sorry, 7, 8, 9, that you effectively, I mean, that right there, $2,500 is enough to pay rent for 2 months for a lot of people, right? For some people that, that'll pay your month or pay your rent for several months. Okay. So again, one payment coming in can have you, sitting easy and just being able to have peace of mind. All right. And obviously, if you're able to get into the higher positions, which we strongly recommend for people that are able to go ahead and upgrade, because again, a $10,000 payment coming in one time, can have you set for the rest of the year. Okay. For a lot of people. Right. And depending on how you use that money, again, keeping in mind that these payments are continuous, right? We have thousands of people every day that are coming into Forsage, many of them who are able to buy these higher income levels. And again, if you are in position to receive that, well, you're going to be feeling pretty good about it, that you're going to be feeling good about the fact that you did open up that income slot. So, don't sit idly by and think that, that Forsage isn't working. It's definitely working, right? There's the community bot, which is, well, like we'll show on the main page, there's payments coming in all the time. There's plenty of activity, even while these gas fees are as high as they are. And as I said before, I mean, I've already, again, kind of, weaved this point in, but, to make the point of, what level should I upgrade to? And we recommend upgrading as high as you're able to. I mean, straight up, if you don't, if you come in here and register, you have income slot 1 open only, and, you're kind of sitting around waiting to get rich, I mean, you might as well just move on. I'm just going to be honest. Okay. Because yes, some people can't upgrade, and I understand, but in that case, you want to go ahead and do what you need to do to share this program with as many people as you can to go ahead and get in a position so that you can upgrade to the higher levels. Don't just sit around with income slot 1 open and just, like I said, hope you're going to continue to get payments over and over and over again. Because again, as I said before, if you don't upgrade to the next income slot anyways, after the first recycle, your income slot will lock, and you won't, and those payments will actually go to a higher partner anyways, right? So, but again, it is recommended that for people coming in that to at least go ahead and upgrade to level 3, and in particular on X4, right? Because again, if you know that you're not going to bring in people directly, then you are, well, basically you're opening up these income slots really with no, if you don't bring referrals in, these income positions are not going to get filled straight up. Okay, so again, if you do know you're going to bring people in, definitely upgrade those positions because you don't want to be overtaken, so to speak. Let's say that you thought you weren't going to talk about it to anybody, and then you did start talking about it, and you bring a couple of referrals in, but you're only at income slot 1 or 2, and your referrals go ahead and upgrade all the way to level 7. Well, guess what? That's going to be several thousands of dollars that you're not going to be able to receive because they upgraded and you didn't. And that's just the way that the system is built. Now, again, on X4 in particular, as I said, if you're not going to bring people in, or if you do, you definitely want to go ahead and upgrade that one as high as you can as well, as high as you're financially comfortable doing. And then you are, again, positioning yourself to receive payments, not only from your own efforts, but from the team around you to be able to fill in those income positions, all right? Very important to take that seriously and to not, again, Forsage is not one of these scam sites. There's also, shedding some light on a lot of these copycats and these scam sites that are popping up using Forsage's name, or ones that are trying to design themselves to be like Forsage. We've heard about them, and then they fall to the wayside like a month later, right? There's all these ones that are popping open. I'm not going to put any, out by name, but many of you know what I'm talking about. So again, I would just stick with the real deal. If you want to diversify into something else after you've done well with Forsage, so be it. But I would definitely recommend that you stick with Forsage and, keep your wits about you. So that's pretty much it. I don't want to get too over the top with the details there, but there are, like I said, just some caveats to be aware of that we can talk more about in the Q&A. But that's that for the presentation here. Let me get to the actual site here. Now, as I said before, this is one of my accounts. Now, another thing too, it's not against policy for you to have several accounts. As I said before, I've personally experimented with joining several teams to kind of find out what was going to work and what wasn't going to work. Now, this account that I have here, as you can see, I've earned about 60,000 in Ethereum in the 6 months that I've been with them. So I think that, things are going pretty well. I have to say I'm very happy, as I already stated, with how good, Forsage has been to me. So, but the thing of it is, there's a lot of things to note here on your dashboard. So let's just talk about that right quick. Again, the total, well, for one, you can click on there. If you want to take your ID and hide it, if you're marketing this thing, you don't want to show people what your ID is, you can do that. It'll put asterisks in place of your ID. If you want to see the breakdown per program, you can see that the amount that you earn there is showing now. That amount will fluctuate. Obviously, if Ethereum goes down, that amount that you see, that 57,000, will go down. If Ethereum goes up, that amount will go up because it's showing what the total amount of Ethereum, which I've earned in this particular account, 131.55, that will always remain, right? So, and again, it will shift according to the value of Ethereum, but you'll always know exactly how much Ethereum you've earned in each program. X3, there's 32, and X4, there's about 100 Ethereum, and that will always remain. Now, this is also where you can activate your notification bot. I'll click on that and show people your notification bot there, right? Now, I'll open it up in Telegram, and as you can see, this is where you'll see payments that have come in or new partners that have joined, so on and so forth, right? So again, it's always great when that notification bot drops and you see that, oh, I got a $30 payment or a $20 payment or even a $5,000 payment or whatever the case, right? For sure, happy days when you see those payments coming in. To open that, you just basically, you do this, you want to add, you hit account and you hit add, or you can delete accounts, right? And these are other accounts that I had that I experimented with. As I said, I really only have about 2 active accounts, maybe 3. But at the same time, I went ahead and threw those in there just to see if I would see any activity, then I'd be notified. All right, so that's how that works. It is, oh, they have added language. This is new for me because last time I clicked on this in a Zoom, they had only Russian and English. So now they've added French, Portuguese, Azerbaijan, I don't know how to say, but anyways, and then for Hebrew as well here too. So yeah, that's good to see that they are, again, as we have seen throughout the course of Forsage's growth, they have done what they said that they're going to do, even if it hasn't always happened right, on the money, on the dime when they said it would, but they're always working on the background and making improvements and making it better for the entire community globally. So yeah, take note of that and appreciate what's going on here. We have a really solid development team that's doing what they said they're going to do. So there's that with the Telegram bot. Let me go ahead and minimize that. All right, hang on here. So again, with the back office, as I was saying, there's other things you can change it into, euros or rubles only currently. If you want to see what those values are, so for example, if I click on that, it's going to show me in euros the amount that I've earned. All right. I always like to see it in USD personally. As a US citizen, my mind works that way best. Now here's where you're going to see your affiliate link. Boom, you hit copy. You can do it like that. Here's your assistant bot. They have added a new bot. This is, well, I won't go into that, but however, though, it's a new, basically, where you can get more stats about what's going on with your X3 and X4 overall. And that's available too. So again, just post that into your browser and you can see. Now here's your Ethereum wallet address is where you can find that. You can click onto that and see all of the different payments that have either gone in or going out. And here's also too where you can see Forsage's contract address. Now, as I've always stated, because a lot of people want to bring this argument up that, hey, I see that, well, with this contract, well, they think rather that, that the developers have some wallet that, all the money's going into, and then it's distributed out to the members. Money never goes into the contract. There's no wallet that's a central wallet that payments go into. By way of the coding of the, the way that Forsage has been programmed, that again, the payments go directly to the person that they should go to, and the contract only delegates that. Okay, it doesn't receive the payments ever. Okay, so for anyone who makes that argument to you, you can show them the contract address and show them that there's 0 Ethereum, never has been Ethereum in the contract, never will be Ethereum in the contract. The payments go directly where they are supposed to be distributed. Okay, instantaneously once the payments do clear on the blockchain. Now here, as I scroll down, you can see many payments, obviously, that are pending. Because again, a lot of the traffic is kind of backed up. So, but these are payments that, as you can see, just 3 seconds ago, people are still registering and coming into this or upgrading. So this is where you can see all of that activity. All right. Now, as we move on, I did talk briefly that there are, applications that you'll need. Here is your MetaMask. This is one of the, again, desktop applications that you'll need to be able to interact. What's going on here? Here we go. So if you want to download that, you just simply click on to download. And you can see that there are, got a little bit of a delay here, I guess. What's going on here? But however, it is available on 3 different browsers. I think it's your Chrome browser. Here we go, yeah, Chrome. It's actually, I guess it used to be on the Brave browser. It's not showing on the Brave browser. But so I guess it's only on Chrome and Firefox for now, if that's what I'm seeing. Okay, but however, yeah, MetaMask for PC, that's how you enter. That's what you will need. You download it to interact. In fact, let me click onto the Chrome just to show you the page that it takes you to, and you can see how it would work. And someone asking about joining a good team. So yeah, now I've already installed it. As you can see, MetaMask, when you pop onto it, let me click on MetaMask so people can see. Be patient. It does take a second sometimes for the window to arrive like this. And so you will need this again to interact with the contract. Let me go and show just an example for people how you would log in. Now you would need to make sure that you're logged into your MetaMask. Let me log out first here, because sometimes people will look at an account. Also, you can see where the eye is showing here. That means that you're only in view mode. Okay, so I'm actually going to come to the main landing page. If you give someone your affiliate link, it will take them to this main landing page for Forsage, where they've got all the stats and showing a bit of a breakdown of how Forsage works, Q&A. Again, as you can see, someone who has earned over $1 million, or this is $1.5 million, and so on and so forth. So, this is definitely for people who are out there, doing the work, they're receiving accordingly. All right, now for logging in, I would have to, now I think I am going to have to, yeah. So you hit the green button and you'll see this for authorization. So I'm just going through this because I just kind of want to go through some of these details for people who get confused about how to log into their account. So that when that screen pops up from MetaMask, you have to click on basically giving access to, for MetaMask to interact with the contract, okay? And so that's how that would work. And there you go. Now I already talked about how the income slots work. I don't want to go too deep into clicking onto because all of these things are interactive with respect to, you can click onto them and find out what transactions have taken place. For example, if I click on X4 here on this income slot 2, it will show me a variety of payments that have come in, and again, the statistics with regard to that particular income slot. Okay. Also here at the top, did I look at everything there on the bottom? Yeah. At the top here, we can see there's also been a new feature that's been added, which is a beautiful aspect that once again, things that we had heard that they had mentioned to the community that they were going to do it. They listened to the community and they finally did. It's a messaging system. So people who have used your link, let's say, for example, and you don't know who they are, you can send them a message, right? So you would just simply click onto that mail, okay, which is essentially allowing you to now send a message to someone. You put in their ID here, right? You type in whatever the ID, blah, blah, blah is going to be, and send them off a message and let them know, hey, we've got a Telegram group. We want to make sure that you're plugged in. We want to make sure that we give you all the support that you need, and so on and so forth. So be sure that you're aware of this. Okay? This will allow you to build your teams very effectively and be able to interact with them as you would most definitely and should do. Okay. Again, on the drop down menu here, you can see this is where you get to your main panel on the dashboard. You can see your partners, statistics. You can even set yourself a goal that will basically, there'll be a bar that will fill according to how much Ethereum you set for the goal. The instructions are here. If you want to break down for people, just a quick overview, you can do that from your dashboard. Okay, so a simple, what is that? I don't know, 9 or 10 different little sub points that break down how it works, pretty much like I just showed in the PowerPoint presentation. And also the community. If you click onto this, there are a variety of Telegram groups with different languages. In your language, you can be plugged in to be in the know about what's going on in German or in French, Indian, or all of these different languages, so you can stay up to date within your particular language group. Now, also news is another one that was added. You'll see a posting that will show you, for example, this Zoom call that we had today. Lotto, I guess, posted that here on August 15th to make sure that the community knows what's going on. Okay, sorry, hang on, I've got these from my own group over there, messages coming in. But yeah, so this is where you'll find out about what the latest things that are taking place in the community overall. So be sure to, stay plugged into this kind of stuff, because for those of you guys who are making excuses, then you won't be able, well, rather, if you are not doing the work and staying plugged in about what's going on, you really, I can't say, you're getting in your own way by not taking action and educating yourself with all the different ways of doing that. So, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, one last thing here. Let me click on the community bot, which shows, again, a lot of activity with regard to things that are happening, new partners who are signing up, what people have earned. As you can see, someone here just opened who earned $22,000 23 seconds ago. Why? Because they opened up income slot 12. And so there you can see that someone has just earned over $20,000 in one payment. All right. So if that's not enough to get you excited, I don't really know what is. So please be sure that, again, you can use this to your advantage and be able to see like who's making what where. And then you can show this to other people so they can see that, yeah, this is definitely happening. Again, someone missed a payment. This is other things that you don't want to see. someone who missed because they didn't upgrade to the 11th income slot, someone else took their money, right? Someone else received their money, okay? Over $11,000 in Ethereum, that because they didn't upgrade, they did not get the payment, all right? So this is what happens. I mean, there's still people, this is the, 894 or 94th ID number. So that's way down the line, someone who's recently come in. So just to make the point that there's still people coming in after that who are spending big money, right? And if you don't upgrade, and well, you're gonna miss out on big payments, unfortunately. Okay, so make sure that you do your darndest to upgrade, because as you can see, missed payments, it happens, right? Because again, if you don't upgrade, there is money definitely moving within Forsage, and you wanna be in position to receive it. Simple as that. So hey, I'm gonna go ahead and close out here. We've gone an hour now over this, for this overview. For those of you guys who have questions, we'll do about a 20 minutes. I'm gonna keep it short at 20 minutes because I don't wanna go too long. I got, my son just came back home here from hanging out with his friends and all that. So I gotta go ahead and do my parenting job now. So, but let's go ahead and yeah, wrap it up for this first part of the call. So I hope that I was, you know, of assistance in educating people who didn't know what was going on with Forsage or how it works. And I hope I kept it relatively simple because again, it's a lot to unpack, but once you get your mind around it, it's very clear what's going on here. You don't want to miss out. All right, so thank you guys. We had again we broke the we broke the capacity of 1,000 people in the call, so we appreciate those of you guys that came in to hang out with us. Now, like I said, for this next 20 minutes, obviously we're not going to be able to get to all 900 plus people that are still on the call. But if you do have questions, go ahead and don't be shy. We're basically going to be first come, first serve for people who want to raise their hand and ask questions that we are able to provide answers for. Okay, so once again, my name is Tamik. It has been a pleasure. I again thank all of you all for being here in attendance. All right.